Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. Here's another video again. Today I'm going to talk about grit. Grit is having perseverance, being able to move forward when there's stress and troubles and adversities and obstacles and everything. And so having grit is having that perseverance and having that focus, right? Some people call it laser focus. And so having that focus on your goals, on what you want to accomplish. And so I have a story, I have different aspects that I'm going to talk to you about. But before we begin, remember, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics. Hit the like, hit the bell for the notifications, and again, leave me messages on Facebook at Carlos Flores, on Instagram at BackOnBasicS. So that way, if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, feel free to leave it either on a discussion board here on YouTube, on my channel, or on Facebook. Either private message or posted, so that way I know and I can actually talk about it. So again, subscribe to Back on Basics, right? Like this video and hit the notification button, so that way you can be notified when more videos come up. So let's talk about grit. Again, grit is kind of like perseverance, like I said. I'm kind of repeating myself, but it's important because everybody has grit. You just have to find it. And with my background as a therapist, as a psychologist, everything, and even my background in business and my background in education, I've studied human nature. I've actually looked at human nature. One of the places where I used to work was at juvenile hall, and it actually gave me a great opportunity to understand how the mind and a person works within a confined area. So remember, these are youth that are in for a certain amount of time because they did something, and so I got to watch them at their best, at their worst, and everything in between when I was working there for 3 years. And that helped me solidify what I'm talking about, which is grit. Everybody has it. You just have to find it. You just have to figure out how to find it. Some people, they find it through religion. Some people find it through partnerships. Some people have, they have groups, support groups that they can do. Some people find it through family members, through friends, through loved ones. Some people find it through coworkers. Other people read. There's a lot of books on grit. I'm telling you, a lot of books on grit. And I want to make sure you understand that not all of them fit you. You have to figure out what fits you. And I'll give you a story so that way you can see how I see grit and how I fit it within my personality, right? Some of you know that I'm an introvert. I'm actually rather quiet. I'm to the point, I can hold a conversation. When I worked with the University of Phoenix and I went to events and I was part of the Sacramento Hispanic Chamber and the Sacramento Metro Chamber, and then when I was running the fathers group at Kids First, it was a father support group. I had to be an extrovert, and so because of that, I had to learn how to adapt, right? And having knowledge of grit, having knowledge of perseverance, knowing myself really fairly well, right? I don't know myself 100%. I'm still in my journey to unlock all the mysteries that are here in my head. You can see the previous video that I did and I talk about neuron connections and everything. It's just exciting. Human nature and learning and surviving and having grit is what I love to talk about. And so again, if you have any topic on psychology, on counseling, on human development, there's different topics that I love. Education, I mean, I can talk for hours, but I'm not. So again, having grit is just keep on going. Look at myself. I'll tell you right now, right? I've been through a lot of schooling. I love school. If it's up to me, I would be in school for the rest of my life, which I will be. And so I'll learn more and more and more and more. But I'm very strategic as to what I learn. The first things that I learned because I love them. Psychology and English. I got my bachelor's at UC Davis. Psychology and English. It was great. Psychology, the study of the mind, the study of the behavior, human behavior, cognitive behavioral focus. That is me, right? I look at the way that what you think you'll do and what you do comes back to here, to what you think. And it's like this, right? And it's like this and going back. And so I want you to understand that you can find how to maximize your potential. There are ways to maximize your potential. Everybody's different, slightly different. And so, again, and I said some of the things, right? Maybe religion, it may be school, it may be reading, it may be researching, it may be writing, it may be family, it may be support groups, it may be a lot of different things. But there are ways for you to unlock your potential. So, after that, then I earned my master's in marriage, family therapy, and career counseling. And then I went to work, and I worked for a long time at University of Phoenix. I still teach online. I love it. I teach psychology online, and I love teaching every single day. If you ask my students, it's online, but I make it so that way they can see things visually through like videos, my YouTube videos, TED Talks, and different things about different aspects of motivation and grit, psychology, human nature, and everything. And at the same time, I interact with them, even though, right, most of them choose not to interact face-to-face or on the phone. I interact with them as if I'm having a conversation with them, so that way they can understand that I'm here to support them. And that's my message. I'm here to support you and your success in this class. And so I do that. But then something happened. And so I had to do kind of like a career change. I'm still teaching, right, psychology at University of Phoenix. I love it. And so, but now I'm getting ready to go into an intern credentialing program as a teacher, elementary teacher right now. In special education. And so that's my next journey, right? And so it's helping kids. I like helping the youth. I love helping kids get ready for college so that way they can be well-rounded, right? So that way they're not just GPA and SATs or whatever other exams, so that they can be well-rounded, right? Because again, if for some reason there's 5 students with the same GPA, with the same SAT scores, guess what? They're going to go beyond those things. They're going to look at, have you been volunteering? Have you had a summer job? Have you, what things have you learned? What extra activities have you done outside? And so there's a lot of things that people do. Like, for example, our kids, both of them play sports during high school. My son played water polo, and he also swam. He loved it. The water was everything for him. He did track as well his senior year. Our daughter, she played travel softball. She played badminton, and so they play sports. And guess what? That is, and it doesn't mean that. SATs, or if they're still accepting SATs or GPAs, are not important. They are. But if they see that you have a high GPA and you have a pretty good SAT score, and you're still doing sports, and you're still volunteering, and you're still trying to look forward to a career, and you're focused on what you think, and that's grit, right? And so that shows the universities that you are not just focused on one thing, GPA, or two things, right? SATs, but you can balance, you can juggle a number of things, and that's grit, that's perseverance, and that's one of the things that I teach the youth. I like teaching that. So if anybody, again, comment section, Facebook at Carlos Flores, at Instagram at BackOnbasicS. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I will be starting to talk about how to be well-rounded, how a teen can be well-rounded in preparation for whatever they do, whether they go to a trade school, whether they go to a community college, whether they go to a four-year college, whether they go to a private college, whether they stay home, whether they go away. It's getting them ready, getting their mindset ready, right? So that way, remember what I said in the last video, 2 videos ago, that a lot of times horses with blinders, right? Just look straight ahead. What I try to do with these teenagers is move the blinders out and say, look, you can actually see to the left and you can see to the right. You can see all around you. Don't just look ahead. You have to take everything into consideration, so that way you can make a strategy on what you want to do and how you're going to achieve your goals. So here's one of the things. How did I get grit? And then this would be the last thing. This is the story. My grandfather, he's one of the great person. I mean, I can say nothing wrong about him. When I was in El Salvador, I mean, he would take me out on walks. We would go miles. We would go to the river. We would go to farms. We would go visit friends. Everybody would say hi to him and want to talk to him. The thing is that he, without education, figured out that his grit was relationship building. He built relationships left and right. And so people would not say no to him if he needed something. He taught me how to grow corn, how to grow beans, how to grow different kind other kind of things, how to pick the crops, how to do that, how to get it ready, how to sell it, and how to get to the point where he goes to somebody and says, hey, if you let me use your land or a piece of your land to grow my crops, I will give you this percentage of my crops as pay. So you'll have food, I'll have food to sell, and then food for my family to have. And so he taught me to look all around. Grit. He was full of grit. He was tenacious. I mean, he persevered. He did everything. And I appreciated that, because this is kind of like my third career that I'm going into. I'm starting, and I'm in my late 40s, and I'm starting another career in my late 40s. But I already have a strategy. I'm already building relationships, and these are honest relationships. These are not like fake stuff. You have to build honest relationships. It's a two-way street. You can't just do one way. You have to be in a two-way street where you both help each other and you both benefit. That's a relationship. And so I'm ready. I'm starting my credential program at the end of this month, and I'm doing other stuff. And so for me, it's learning. I mean, I find success through learning. And that's the thing that I want to emphasize, that everybody's unique. You need to figure out what gets you going, right? What gets you up? Because there's days during the pandemic when I wasn't working, there were days that I didn't want to get up. But you know what? Then I said, well, then I'll learn something. I'll just get up and learn something. Or I'll just get up and water the plants. And I'll get up, I'll wash the dishes. I'll get up and I'll cook. And the thing is, for me, I build on successes, right? No matter how small or no matter how big successes are, I build on them one after another. And that's what's happening with this YouTube channel. For the longest time, I've been wanting to do videos so that way I can help people. But I haven't been able to do so because I've been doing other things. So now my focus is here to help you. So again, subscribe to Back on Basics, right? Hit the like button, hit the notification button so that way you can get notified when a new video comes in. If you're on Facebook, if you have a topic, again, Carlos Flores, just search for me. You can send me a message. I'm okay. I'm good. You can befriend me. It's good. On Instagram, I'm at BackOnbasicS. Same thing. Send me a message. If you want a topic, ask for it, and I will do this video, a video for it. So this is my video about grit, and that's what I wanted to make sure that was the next thing that I wanted to share with you all, because it is unique depending on you, depending on who you are. So my next video that I'm going to do is going to be on how you can learn who you are, because life experiences, perceptions, beliefs, and even your emotions make you who you are. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. So grit, don't forget about it. So again, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button, and have a good evening.